Paragraph number 29, Introduction to the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, a very critical paragraph. I will perhaps repeat a quote given here in page 16. That is what one of the ancientmost Puranas of Bharata, Vishnu Purana, it sort of predicts the times ahead. So according to the writer, Vishnu Purana describes the times of spiritual aridity or spiritual poverty. Now the quote, society reaches a stage where property confers rank, wealth becomes the only source of virtue, passion the sole bond of union between husband and wife, falsehood the source of success in life, sex the only means of enjoyment, and outer trappings are mistaken for inner religion. What a beautifully accurate prediction. This is called a prediction. Based on
it's 16 hours.
Unbounded consciousness. Okay. Now I continue to read the introduction part. We live in such times today. What? The times defined in Vishnu Purana, where falsehood is the source of success in life. Okay? Outer trappings mistaken for inner religion. That is the times today. So he is talking about 100 years back, then how it will be now. Next sentence, indeed, it would be hard to imagine a period in the history of the world which had greater need of the teachings of our text, even at that time. Now it is all the more high. Alright? Anyway, he continues, fortunately, it is a natural law that action provokes reaction. One reaction to the crisis of modern civilization is a tremendous growth of interest in the teachings of yoga over the past few years. So, that interest and inspiration in the teachings of yoga has started already even at the time of writing of this introduction. That is what, 1980. So it is now all the more very manifested, especially by the work of really a single person in authority, none other than Narendra Damodar Das Modi. He wanted to work with Ramakrishna Mission, but he could not. Now, despite the very challenging and absolutely terrible time of holding the post of the Prime Minister of the country, he has done his best to propagate yoga all over the world. Now, next paragraph. Yoga is relevant to our age because, far from being mystical or otherworldly, it is a teaching firmly grounded in physiological reality. Yeah, this is the context which I said, that the context of Jivi Yoga, Jivi, the creature. It is a teaching firmly grounded in the physiological reality and can be understood in contemporary terms. So scientifically we can understand this. Next sentence, paragraph 16. We know that our experience of page 16. We know that our experience of the world depends entirely on the state of our nervous system. Okay? This in turn is influenced by a host of factors such as parentage, they use the word heredity, diet, the food practices, environment and so on. If the nervous system is fresh and rested, the body will be healthy and the mind alert and comprehensive. As a result, our thought will be powerful and clear, and our actions, which are manifested thought, will be successful and rewarding. Conversely, if the system is tired or strained, perhaps because of overactivity or the influence of poor food, then our outlook will be restricted, the mind dull and our actions ineffectual. Our life will become shallow and unsatisfying, a prey to all forms of negativity. Now, next paragraph. The techniques of yoga are methods of purifying the nervous system so that it can reflect a greater degree of consciousness. Okay? If these techniques are correctly practiced, the whole nervous system is revitalized, the body enjoys better health and more energy. The arrested mind is freed from the burden of past experience and the perception is restored to its primal freshness. This I doubt really very much. This yogic meditation and practices cannot ensure this really, unless the standard body and all these things are equally maintained. Then it means a long-term activity, like practicing an instrument for 10 years, minimum 10 years. That's where the Jiva Yoga method of taking rasayanas. Jiva Yoga method meaning the new concept of Jiva Yoga incorporates the use of rasayanas suggested by Dhanvantari, Sarmadhara, Vagbhada, Nagarjuna, etc. There are only very few basic rasayanas about which I have given a few videos before. Most of those rasayanas are for this kind of retuning, rediscovering, redeeming the original properties and tendencies and proclivities of the central nervous system. And these are obviously mentioned as a consequence of a few of the critical rasayanas like Sri Siddha Modagam, Saraswadarishtam gold, and some of the great Thailams like Mahanarayan Thailam or Siddhartha Thailam, and the combination of that and Ashtamangala Kridam and all that, which I make and I have given it to some select people also. And I myself is actually nothing but a product of one of those rasayanas only, 100%. Alright, that's the end of this session of reading.